So here we are in the Lancaster. That's the tail gunner's position with the rear spar coming through. I'll get some more detailed shots of that a bit later on in a different video. Moving forward from the entry hatch with our flare chute, our master compass, the thing everyone always bangs their heads on, and we're moving forwards through the aeroplane over the HS2 radar set and then up over the top of the bomb bay. So this aeroplane is designed to carry a huge payload and there's no space for the crew, so as you step up and over these steps, I'm now bending over, squeezing ourselves in under where the main mid-upper turret would have been. So at the moment this one has a dummy turret fitted. Where I'm crouched right now will be the gubbins, the ammo boxes either side, and the stirrups for the gunner, who would have a stool somewhere around about this height to sit on. So as we move through, try and rip my kit through as well. Back over the flap mechanism, up to the rear spar of the main wing. And this aeroplane has a modified position for the radar operator post-war. This wouldn't be here during wartime. There is an escape hatch there though. Should you ditch the aeroplane, you need to climb out over the top and access the dinghy which is in the wing. So moving forward, got some of the points down here are for the bomb bay winches to go on. So the armourers will be up here winching bombs up. And now at the main spar, so getting over this, I'm in full RAF gear today as well, reaching over, and now it gets really tight to come between the radio operator's position and up into the cockpit. So you can see chances of escaping this aeroplane at night, out of control, probably quite slim. I came past the radio operator's position. This is now the navigator's position, his desk with his charts in it, his light. He has repeaters for the instrumentation, airspeed and altimeter, drift computers, an H2S repeater box for the radar, compasses, position indicators. I must admit I don't understand some of this stuff, not looked into it fully. There's a drift sight, so you line up the reticle down there with a line feature and you can read the drift of the aeroplane, the angle it's actually flying through the air, and various other gauges and repeaters for fuel and instrumentation. Turning round, flight engineers panel, got our fuel gauges. You see there's 6 tanks, 3 in each wing, and then the 4 engines, oil temperatures, radiator temperatures for the coolant, oil pressures. This is our fuel cock for the port and starboard wings. We have our tanks number 1, number 2, and turn it to the position you wish. And now forward to the engineer's deep seat and the pilot's position. 4 throttles, 4 prop levers, 4 master fuel cocks, 4 boost gauges, 4 RPM gauges, 4 sets of magnetos, 2 magnetos per engine, 4 starter buttons, oxygen for the flight engineer, feathering buttons for each engine, fire extinguisher for each engine, downward ident light, brake pressure, left brake, right brake and main pressure. And then our rad shutters, very famous in the Dan Buster film, rad shutters to auto. So have those there. We have our rudder trim, our aileron trim, our flap lever, elevator trim will go here, big Bakelite wheel which has been knocked and is off for repair. Undercarriage lever in the down position, unlocked at the moment. Move that across, lift to raise the gear. That raises and adjusts the seat. There is your bomb bay door lever, that's in the open position, lift to close. Old-fashioned radio, modern radio, and then down here would be your P-type compass and our flight control, flight instruments behind here: airspeed, artificial horizon, climb and descent, altimeter, gyro compass, turn and slip, down ident light again for the pilot to use with navigation lights, and over the corner what would be called an ILS now, a beam approach indicator, and your undercarriage indicator here. The yoke, roll left, roll right, forward and backwards for up and down, and there's your brake lever. More of that later. More gyro compasses, and then down into the bomb aimer's position. So crawling down into the bomb aimer's position, we come across, watching our heads as we go in, the feet of the pilot and the front turret with his stool in the stowed position. I can't get up there because of the stool, but you can see up there the 303s and the equipment to use that turret. Kneeling down as I am in a nose position here, this will be your bomb aimer's position, kneeling, arms resting on this cushion. Bomb sight up ahead, arming switches, and then bombing computer to his left side. This gives you wind, drift, airspeed, altimeter, the bomb ballistic characteristics, and gives you some place to aim. Behind me here is the camera. This would send a photograph 30 seconds after bomb release, or a set time after bomb release, to catch your bomb's impact. So there you see the interior of a Lancaster in quick form. Copy of the Lancaster, let's get out then. So heading backwards, down past the navigator's position, down past the radio operator's position, over the main spar. Now imagine doing this at night with parachute on and your leather jackets on, aeroplane's out of control. It's going to be pretty difficult. Past the ammo containers for the mid-upper turret, and past the ammo containers here for the rear turret, down off the back of the bomb bay, and then out through the door. Straight on carrier pigeon on the way, and take him for assistance. Right, so I've been asked to do a video on the rear turret, so hopping up into the rear turret position. The rear gunner would have to sideway over the rear spar as I am here. With your legs in. I'm not going to get all the way in because my legs are too long to be a rear gunner. Be into the turret and forward. Turret controls here, left and right, up and down. Triggers of the machine guns. You have your oxygen supply down between your legs, and your cocking handles. In this case, with this turret, we have a pair of 50 caliber machine guns. Standard fit for the Lancaster was 4 quad setup of 303s. 303 is a dreadful caliber weapon, outranged terribly by the German cannons firing back at us. So the job of this chap is to really look out for movement and try and tell the pilot to move out the way if he detected anything behind coming in to shoot this aircraft down. Usually below and behind is the way the night fighters would attack. As I say, I'm not fully in the aeroplane. I'm going to shuffle forward, you see my knees are going to catch everything. But we've got some doors here that would slide shut, and you'd be locked into this this turret here. As you can probably hear, it's a bit windy, and I can already feel the draft coming in around the back of my head, just up here, and it is cold. Flying this aeroplane up at 25,000 feet, temperature outside minus 40-ish, minus 50 maybe in the winter, it would be bitterly cold. What with the slipstream of the aeroplane as well as the outside air temperature. The poor chaps here, done up in all their leather flying gear. I'm in my battle dress today, leather trousers on top of this leather jacket, parachute harness, no parachute because that lived behind us, your Mae West, your life preserver. It was tight, it was uncomfortable. As you can see, my legs are jammed in here pretty well. I'm not sure I'm going to get out yet. What a place for the rear gunner to be. This has to be, in my opinion, the worst job in Bomber Command. What do you guys think? So, trying to get out the rear turret, so it's going to be a bit awkward. I've had to extricate my feet off camera. So I'm now leaning back, the doors will be open. If I had to bail out now, my job would be to twist and reach back. There's that ledge by my finger where the parachute pack itself will be stored. Some of the guys did manage to get them closer in. Clip on your parachute pack, back in your turret, and rotate the turret 90 degrees left or right. Open the doors and roll out would be your best way of escaping. Otherwise, it's the way I'm about to go. Grab onto my handles, slide yourself back up the spar, and from here it's to crawl up and then out the door here. This is where the parachute pack usually live. They could be clipped on further back, and more often than not were. But that is your office if you're the rear turret gunner in a Lancaster, and I must say it's not a very pleasant place. Hats off to you all.